So what is the opposite of this view? It's a view that Michael Fullan and I call professional capital. We did not decide to write a book on professional capital. We stumbled across the idea, as many inventions do, in the middle of writing this book, because we had an idea but no word for it. We then thought, many people must have written about professional capital. So we went to Google, Wikipedia, Amazon, Google Scholar. There's almost nothing on. There are one or two papers in the area of health, but there's almost nothing on this, what we believe is a powerful idea, not only for teaching, but for other professions as well. What are the assumptions of professional capital? That teaching is technically difficult. Knowing your subject, understanding how the brain works, being able to diagnose children with different special educational needs and learning disabilities, knowing how to vary your teaching if your students are from Afghanistan or Iran or Turkey or another culture. All this requires technical knowledge, deep knowledge, the knowledge of a professional. It takes time to learn. It takes long periods of practice. It takes continuous learning. It takes help from other teachers. You cannot do this only by yourself. And you can do it with technology, but technology cannot do it for you instead. These are some of the assumptions. There are really three things behind professional capital. There are three components. And the simple way to summarize the entire rest of the argument today is simply this. If you want teacher quality, you must do three things. Three things, they're very simple. One is find a way to choose the best people. Two, get them to work together. Three, make sure that they stay and keep learning and growing. Find the best people, get them to work together, make sure that they stay. It's a very simple theory of action. It is so desperately obvious, and yet everyone else who is talking about teacher quality does not have this theory. They have some other theory. They're bizarre theories. They are theories such as, let's reward the best teachers and punish the worst teachers. Let's compare teachers against each other. Let's select from the lowest end of the ability range and then keep checking on people to make sure they do their jobs properly. It's a strange theory of action. So three components of professional capital then are these. Human capital, which is your individual qualities, qualifications, experience, skills. Social capital, which is the skills, the knowledge that we have together in collaboration, in trust, in cooperation. And what we call, from a term borrowed from the field of law, decisional capital. How you make decisions and develop the power to make effective judgments over time. If you put these three things together, it's not quite E equals MC squared. It's not quite E equals MC squared, but it is, professional capital is a function, an interaction of human, social, and decisional capital. And I'll go through these now one by one. In general, I'll talk about the general principles. In the book, Professional Capital, there are many examples drawn from our research, and briefly I will mention some of these from other countries as we move along. Probably you will be familiar with them.